The resolution on this thing looks amazing. The live feed of what you're seeing from your drone in the air, I don't know, it looks better on this than it looks from my smartphone connected to the regular controller. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chevaughn Beckford, and in this video I will explain the advantages of why you should choose the DJI RC Pro over your regular DJI drone controller. Stay tuned. There are quite a number of advantages of this compared to the regular grey boring controller that comes with the drone when purchasing a controller to fly your expensive DJI flying saucer in the sky. There are a number of advantages why you should choose this controller over the original default controller that comes with the drone. But before I dive into those advantages, let me list the specs of what this drone is offering. So the DJI RC Pro has a video transmission system using Ocusync 3+, a maximum transmission distance of 15 kilometers, operates on the 2.4 and 5.7 to 5.8 GHz frequency, 4 antennas, Wi-Fi built-in, Bluetooth built-in with Bluetooth 5.1, a screen resolution of 1920 by 1080p, and a screen dimension of 5.5 inches, produces 60 frames per second frame rate for the screen, have a maximum brightness of 1000 nits, 10-point multi-touch system on the screen, a 5000 milliamp battery, charges at 12 volts or 15 volts with a USB Type-C charger, and also has 32 gigabytes built-in internal storage, but this storage is also expandable via a micro SD card. It takes 2 hours to charge this controller via 12 volts, but 1.5 hours to charge this controller with 15 volts, and it operates for 3 hours on a full charge. So the main advantage I want to talk about why you should get this controller versus the original controller is Ocusync 3+ video transmission, or the transmission overall from this controller to your drone. This controller is very reliable with connecting to your drone and provides a very stable video transmission with your drone while it is in flight. It loses connection little to 0 times and also brings a very stable 1080p live feed from what your drone's camera is capturing while it's in flight, and it also brings about a stable connection even when you're far out with the drone, like some 3, 4, 5 kilometers out. Next advantage I want to talk about, and this one is very important, it's the peak brightness. Now I mentioned before that this thing goes up to 1000 nits, and that's very bright. It's outside now, it's very bright. It's about 4:46 p.m. It's not close to sunset, and it's you can see it for yourself from the camera. As you can see, it's very bright compared to a lot of smartphones, and it's very reliable if you're out shooting in sun where your phone may not be bright enough to show what is taking place from what your drone's camera is seeing. So this would be very useful to have 1000 nits built into the smart controller, so you can see your beautiful videos and what you're capturing out in direct sunlight. It also has a little sensor on the front, so you can activate auto brightness, so the brightness will automatically adjust to the brightness of the environment in which you are in. The next advantage is its high performance GPU and CPU. This thing is equipped with the latest GPU and CPU DJI has to offer in their controllers like these, because this is not the only controller DJI has made like this one with a screen built in and is a standalone body, but this one has the latest they have to offer as it relates to CPU and GPU performance in their smart controllers. Now it boots up in like 10 seconds and connects with your drone almost simultaneously, so it's pretty fast, and it's able to run the Fly More app and the other apps that are built in onto the drone seamlessly. I figure that it's because of the CPU and GPU why you get such smooth and clean playback from the videos your drone is currently seeing while in flight. So a big thank you to DJI for making such huge improvements with their smart controller, with putting amazing processing and GPU into the controller so we can see amazing videos before we even extract the SD card from our drone. The next advantage is the smooth control that this controller has to offer. It comes with analog sticks similar to that of the DJI FPV controller, which is buttery smooth and very accurate. It also comes with a lot of customizable buttons built onto the controller, such as the custom button 1 and 2 at the back, which you can use to straighten the gimbal or turn on the tally light, or you can customize it to do whatever you want it to do. It also has a custom button over here to the extreme left and one here to the extreme right. I keep this one as the default function which it came with, which is the back button, so I can go back without have to touch the screen of the drone. It also comes with a joystick right here in the middle, one that you would find on like any professional DSLR or mirrorless camera for scrolling or adjusting your focal point. You can also use this to adjust your focal point and scroll between videos and photos within your album. Another thing that this drone has that the regular default controller doesn't have is a dedicated video button and a dedicated photo button, so you can switch between videos and photos simultaneously without having to touch the screen of the controller, or on the other controller touch the screen of your phone to switch between photos and videos. Also, it comes with 2 scroll wheels right here at the top, so you can use one for the gimbal operation and one for zoom. You can customize the second scroll wheel to whether you want it to adjust ISO, shutter, or you can keep it at controlling your zoom, so it's up to you. One of them is customizable. I wouldn't change the one for my gimbal because you kinda change the position of your gimbal a lot of times while in flight. Well, that's me. I don't know about you, but I'll keep it the same. One of my favorite advantage about this controller compared to the other controller is its fast connectivity between it and the drone. Normally when I have the default controller with my drone and the phone is attached, it might have some delays and latencies between connecting to the drone and the phone and the RC, but with this it is smooth. So I know this might be because of the GPU and CPU that they're using and also the connection technology between the controller and the drone, but it's an advantage, and I'm gonna list it here independently because it's very fast between connecting the RC to the drone. It's almost as fast as you booting up the drone, it will connect simultaneously between the controller and the drone, so you can go flying quicker. So this controller is also equipped with a HDMI port. This looks like a mini HDMI port, but it has an HDMI port and also a micro SD card slot. So it comes with 32 gigabytes of internal storage, but if you want to expand that, you can always install a micro SD card. So if you want to load third-party apps, play music from your controller, or even watch movies from your controller, you can do that with expanding the storage, already built in 32 gigabytes to even 256 storage from a micro SD card. So this HDMI port will allow you to connect the feed from the drone controller to like an external monitor or a transmission system, so others can see what you're transmitting from the screen of your controller. You are not able to pull this off from your mobile device unless you're streaming from a platform on your smartphone, but with this you can send the feed from the controller to like an external monitor, a capture card, or a live stream platform, so you can incorporate drone footages. If you have cameras standing around, you can add drone footages to your streaming by using the DJI Smart RC Pro. Another advantage I have with this controller is the installation of third-party apps. I know I've mentioned that quite a few times before, but that should be a standalone advantage of this controller. So yeah, you can install Twitter, Instagram, or even Facebook on this, maybe even WhatsApp. and text from your DJI Smart RC Pro. So there are two disadvantages that I personally have with the DJI RC Pro, and number one is the cost, which is 1,200 USD. This might be quite expensive for a lot of users, and two, the fact that it is currently only compatible with the DJI Air 2S and the Mavic 3 and 3 Cine. I know DJI say they will release future compatibility with other drones with the DJI Smart RC Pro, but for now it is only compatible with the DJI Air 2S and Mavic 3, Mavic 3 Cine. Quick break, guys. So on the time of recording this video, which was November 1st, 2022, DJI only had the Mavic 3, Mavic 3 Cine and the DJI Air 2S compatible with this controller. Now the DJI Mavic 3 Classic, Mavic 3 and Mavic 3 Cine along with the DJI Air 2S and Mini 3 Pro are now compatible with the DJI RC Pro. So yes, the Mavic 3, the Mavic 3 Classic, the Mavic 3 Cine, DJI Air 2S and the DJI Mini 3 Pro. So if you can afford the DJI Smart RC Pro without a problem, heck yeah, go get it. It's more than worth it compared to your original DJI controller. But if not, the price for this controller is high enough to maybe even pick up the DJI Mini lineup of drones. So you should take that into consideration if you are thinking about buying the DJI RC Pro. But as it relates to the compatibility between the Air 2S and the Mavic 3 and 3 Cine, I mean, those two drones are professional line of drones, so I kind of get why this drone is only compatible with those currently, because this controller is pretty new, it's new on the market, and I have confidence in DJI that they will release support for other drones in the future, so let's hold them to that. So personally speaking, why I would never take up one of the original controllers that comes with a drone when you purchase a drone is me having to connect the phone to the controller with a cord, which is very annoying, and sometimes it loses transmission in the middle of a flight because my fingers are too fidgety and hit the cord out of my phone port. That was very annoying. Another thing is me getting a call and having to turn my phone sideways to put to my ears, or interrupting a very important flight if I forget to put my phone into airplane mode. I don't have to worry about getting a call on this, and so if my phone is ringing, I can downright ignore it. Another personal preference why I would never take up the original controller that came with the drone is this thing has a built-in fan. Yes, it cools down the controller. I don't know if you guys experience this, but especially for iPhone users, I know your phone gets pretty hot when you're filming out in direct sunlight with your drone. And I am tired of my phone getting hot and the screen getting dim because it's overheating, and yeah, I'm sick of that. So this thing can cool itself down because it has built-in fan. That's a personal preference from me. Another personal preference, I know this might overlap with what I said before, is the resolution on this thing looks amazing. Like the live feed of what you're seeing from your drone in the air, I don't know, it looks better on this than it looks from my smartphone connected to the regular controller. I don't know if it's me or it actually does, but yeah, it looks better on this. And also I love the fact that I can save the clips to the controller, and when I power off the drone I can kick back and re-watch the videos. It's pretty convenient to have your stuff stored on the controller, in which you can separate your phone from your drone live. So instead of having the cache or videos saved on your phone, which will take up space, and I know it's a pain especially for iPhone users because you have a limited amount of storage on your device, you can save stuff to your RC. All your drone related stuff can be on your DJI Smart RC Pro instead of interfering with your phone and personal life. So once you take up your RC, it's drone life, but once you use your phone, that's your life. I like that separation and convenience. So it's about to start raining, so I'm gonna hurry and wrap up this video. If you guys found the details I listed in this video interesting, do hit the subscribe button and also that like button so the algorithm can like me as well. If you guys want to see more from my channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm Chevaughn Beckford. I hope this video on whether or not you should buy the DJI RC Pro was helpful, and I do hope if you have the money, you go and pick up the DJI RC Pro and join the community. I'm Chevaughn Beckford. Subscribe and stay tuned.